Hello, welcome back to BS with Ben. Build stuff. Not why you people think of this. What I'm going to show you today is how to make a nice blinky light just like this for about $2, and it will be wicked for anything you need to light up on your cosplay. Hello, welcome back to today's BS session. If you could do just one thing for me today, it'd be awesome, is hit subscribe and also hit that bell icon. The other day I needed to make a random blinking LED string, and I didn't want to program an Arduino, and I didn't want to have to go through all of that, and it turns out that your solution is at the dollar store. But first, let me show you what this thing looks like. This is what you get. Nice little flicker going on right there, fairly bright. And you put something over top of it and you can get that background flicker that everybody likes to get on certain things. Now first, what we need to do is pull one of these little guys apart. Now here you see the dollar store candle that we got, the little LED candle. We're going to rip the LED right out of it. It's all simple and plastic. And what you end up with is a little LED just like this guy here. We're going to place him onto the breadboard somewhere. Right about there, and you need to pay attention to what's positive and what's negative. So here is a couple of tricks that I have learned over the years. Is if you look into the LED, let's see if we can get something fairly good there. There we go. We might be able to see it that way. Is that you're going to see one of these blades is really big, and one of these blades is really small. The big blade is the negative. So that is always on an LED, or not always, but 90% of the time the LED, the negative, is always that large one. You'll also notice right along the edge of this rim here, there's a little flat spot. You're definitely not going to be able to see that, but that flat spot also tells you that it is negative. So we know that negative is this guy right here. So let's place him in there, and we'll just get a little breadboard wire, and we'll go from negative to negative on this. We'll get this wire just off to the side so it's not going to obstruct anybody's view. Now normally when you're putting these things together, you need to put a resistor in with the LED. I've calculated this out, and if you are running something over voltage like this little power box here, what we have here is about 5 volts. This is rated for 3 volts. So we're going to overpower it by 2 volts, and then you have to do this calculation and add the resistor. Now, you don't have to do the calculation because the way we chain these things together will make it safe. Now here is the rule of thumb. If the voltage you're driving into your LED is the same as the LED rating, you don't need a resistor. Only when you go over the voltage do you need to add the resistor. So then just make sure that whatever you're doing is that you're going to keep the voltage matched with the resistor or resistors, because when you put them in a parallel state, when you chain them together, what happens is that you have, like, say 1 3 volt and another 3 volt, that makes 6, another 3 volt, that makes 9, and as long as you have a 9 volt battery you should be fine. But so we'll just get that guy going, and you can see it's really dim. Not something that will work in the daytime on a cosplay. So you're going to want to add some more LEDs to this. And this is one of those things that we're going to go into series and parallel at the same time. Next thing that we need to do is take a look at this LED and find out the negative side, which happens to be on this side. And negative is always going to flow along this sort of direction. So this negative needs to attach to the positive side of this guy. We'll place him in there to add a breadboard wire again. And put that in there. And now you'll see that both of these, let's just blank that guy out, you can see that this LED is blinking in unison with that LED. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this LED and we're going to place him in series with the next one. Let's see if we can get that blink to happen. So you can see it's blinking, but it's a lot dimmer. So that means that you got 3, 6, 9 volts drawback, and it's coming off of 6 volts, so it's going to be pretty dim. If we add one more, we'll find that negative side. you'll notice that it doesn't even show up at all because there's too much voltage. In fact, it actually is blinking, you just can't see it because it is so dim. But there's a way around this, is that you can do these two have to be in series. The rest can be in parallel. So, let's make this guy, put him parallel into here. And let's just attach it to power and see what happens. Oh, I must have gotten, there we go. And you can see everything's nice and bright and blinky still. And we're going to add the next one. Just like that. And we'll power that one up. And you notice that we're not losing any brightness. In fact, we're getting more brightness because the voltage drop along this is 3 volts and 3 volts, so it's 6 volts. It works out quite well. That being said, there's no reason why you can't make it super bright and just get a super bright LED to do this. Okay, hold up. That has to be one of the worst graphics I have ever done, and I apologize for that, but what we're going to do is we're going to hop onto this little website called Tinkercad. If you haven't checked it out, go and do that, and it's got an electronics section that I will explain things to you on my screen. So what you want to do is you want to come to tinkercad.com and you'll end up doing your login or whatever. You got to create a profile, but once you've done that, you can start creating these little test circuits. And in this case, I've created the LEDs. So let's open this bad boy up. Now let's zoom out. Now what I have here is the flicker LED, and we've got a bunch of the green LEDs. Now what I have done here is that we have the anode and the cathode. Cathode is negative, anode is positive. But what we did on the first one is that we took and we chained 2 of these guys up just like that. Then let's just imagine that this battery here, and zoom out. Let's imagine this battery was actually 4. I'm just trying to save some time here. So, and the cathode is there. Awesome. So what we ended up doing is hooking that guy up there and this guy up here, and the voltage was fine on that 4-thing battery pack, and both these LEDs blinked, and that was fine. Then what we started doing was we started chaining them just like this. And we put this guy in here, and we chained him. And as soon as we added the positive, there was no blinking because there wasn't enough voltage to drive all these, because we'd have 3, 6, 9, we'd need 12 volts to drive this, and there wasn't 12 volts or anything close to 12 volts available for us. And that is why it didn't work. So what I ended up doing in this case is we took these guys here and we decided to hook them in parallel. And how you do that is you just go cathode to cathode, cathode to cathode again, anode to anode, and then anode to anode again. And this is the way the circuit can go and actually function. Because in this case, and we'll hook on to there. In this case, we have it flowing through from this guy to this guy. So we have 6 volts required, and we had somewhere around 6 volts, 5, 6 volts coming out of that battery pack. And then all of these in parallel only require the additional 3 volts. So in the end, the voltage drop worked fine, and that is why all of these could blink at the same time. At this point, you only have to worry about the current and making sure that the batteries have the right amount of current going through, and you can get an awful lot of LEDs on just a simple battery. There you go. It is pretty simple. You've got the dollar store tea light candle that you can light up with a battery, and you chain that LED into other LEDs, and you can get them all to do the flicker effect. Super simple to make something that looks like it's shorting out on your costume if that's what you want, or you want a random flicker for Thor's hammer. You can do that all with this super simple trick. Now, if you want to drive a bigger project like a giant light string, what you can do with something like this is that you take that LED and you hook it into a little transistor with a diode to make sure that you don't have any backwards voltages on it. And then you can drive things like giant light strings if you want, or maybe even an incandescent light bulb. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment below saying I'd like to see you wire that up, and I'll do my best to do a tutorial on that as well. There you go, everybody. That is today's BS session. Hopefully you've liked it. Please do not forget to hit subscribe, hit like, and leave any comments that you have down below.